Hello, my good people. Hello, this is Charles Madison with Nexxlegacy Radio, and I have my beautiful guests, plural. I have a band. I have a legacy-driven band. I have a brother-sister music duo that, if you're listening to them for the very first time, you are going to enjoy their energy. You are going to enjoy everything that they are. They have a lot of good content out there, and we'll get all the social media stuff in particular when it comes to that. But I want to welcome the band of all bands. Dizzy the Band is with me on Next Legacy Radio, and I appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for
Thank
having us.
you.
Well, I don't get a chance to interview a brother sister duo, so this is going to be amazing for me to do a combination of questions for you both because it's awesome to see. It's also awesome to hear. And before I start asking you questions, I mean, we kind of went over it a little bit before we went live, but I want to thank you for doing the music that you're doing. Um, how I found you was a blessing for real, and how I become a fan of your music is awesome because as much as I love music though, it's always good that I can be able to find new talent, not just new talent, but just talent that I've never run across, right? So it's totally awesome to be able to have this opportunity to talk to you both and to interview you both and to discuss music and more. And thank you so much for the music that you're putting out and your music in the future. So I appreciate you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. We appreciate you for having us.
So Dizzy, how did you get started? And you get one or both can take it, but how did you both get started doing music?
You wanna start?
Um, I'll start. I don't know. Whenever I get asked this question, it's always like fuzzy on the memory. But the earliest I can remember is like our parents, or specifically my mom. I remember her playing piano every Sunday, and I would like wake up to her just playing the keys before we went out and did our outings and things like that. And I was like, I want to do something like that. Um, and so I started like searching YouTube videos, learning how to play different songs on the piano before I even had lessons. And then my mom came into the room one day. I searched a YouTube video and I was like playing I Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas on the piano. And she was like, we need to get this child in lessons, because she didn't even know that I was interested really. And yeah, that's how I kind of started as far as music goes. And then we ended up going to the same music school together. I was about third grade, I think. And in Baton Rouge, it's called Baton Rouge Music Studios. Shout
Mhm.
out. Um, they're amazing. And I started on piano and I eventually took vocal lessons. And then we both started getting into like the band scene, and we were in our different bands together. Not together, well, separately. Um, and then eventually we started doing more music together. And we've been doing that for about 10 years. So, yeah.
Yeah, we played our first gig together. I think it was about 10, 11 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We Jesus. Whenever Isabel started playing keys, and then we started at the studio. I started with guitar, and I hated it.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't take to it too well at first, and then eventually, I don't know. I just started to like force myself to practice and to get better at it, and then it's like, oh wait, I actually, it's kind of getting good. Um, but at the studio, we they put a bunch of like, you go and you take lessons and stuff. But they also put private lesson students together to form bands, and they would book us at restaurant gigs around town. And so we grew up. We've been playing like gigs and stuff for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So were your for you both, did the instruments that you play, piano, guitar, was it self-taught?
Um,
For it's more like self-developed. It's like we would go and like we would learn the basics. But then like anywhere where things kind of like if we didn't know something, it was always like, okay, well let's just let's just look it up.
yeah.
It's always like we never hit a point where it's like if we don't get something, then it's like, okay, we just don't get it.
Mhm.
It's like we always look for solutions.
Oh
So
yeah.
you both were a student of music then. You were not just
Mhm.
YouTube University, but you know,
No,
you can also
university.
Oh no.
but you could literally like and I always find it interesting because you know how it is. It's you know, if you can't find it, then people get frustrated and then they just stop. But
Mhm.
you both continue to kind of push forward. Um, and I'll ask you both because I feel like it's an individual journey that collectively you both got together to do. But why did you continue to pursue not just learning music and trying to master it as much as you can, but why did you want to continue this whole music thing, period? Just for the love of, or just, you know, share your thoughts.
I'll go first. When I graduated high school, I went to LSU, and it wasn't for music. I went to school for it was like psychology, and then it was engineering, and then it turned into mathematics, and then college. You have some fun times, you have some bad times. um, and then when COVID hit, I kind of found myself in a hole. So I eventually dropped out at LSU. I started working at the same studio that we took lessons from, but I became the manager there. Um, and seeing that kind of side of everything really, like, it made me want like what I grew up wanting more. Like when I left high school, I didn't really think it was realistic, but then working at the studio for about almost 2 years,
Mhm.
it kind of made me realize it's like, hey, if I want this, I can get it. It's not something that's unattainable.
Mhm.
And then she
Oh,
segue.
segue. Sometimes our brains connect, sometimes they're not connected at all. Anyway. I eventually went to Loyola University, and we're still there right now, and in New Orleans. And David saw how much fun that I was having over here, and I kind of got more into the not only performing but the industry side. And I am on my way to becoming a recording engineer. Um, and so, like, seeing the many different sides that you can go into in the industry and be able to have that as your day job, but also perform, I just didn't know that was a possibility when I was younger. But seeing, like, I researched many different times in like different coffee shops with my mom, figuring out like what kind of avenues I could take, and I didn't realize how many different like paths there were in the industry. So that made me really excited and motivated to keep going. And then David eventually joined me
Yeah, I
at
saw how much
Loyola.
fun she was having. I was like, yeah, I think it's time for me to go back to school.
There you go. No, and I think it's awesome because you know there's certain moments and times where you could say, you know what, I can remember when I fell in love with music, not just playing it, but just being a part of like not just a band, but just being part of the instrument that is music. And you said something important. There's so many different layers to the industry that, you know, some good, some bad, some ugly, and you can kind of figure out what it is that you want in terms of what you feel like you can become or do. And I think it's awesome. So when you saw how much fun she was having with music, when did the band really become a band?
So we started, she and I, so we perform as a duo for a long time, but we didn't really start taking it seriously. Well, we always took it seriously, but like seriously gigging and stuff until about, I don't know, probably the year before you left to go to Loyola. And so that year we still gigged while she was at Loyola and I was in Baton Rouge. We just kind of met in the middle, or we would go to New Orleans or Baton Rouge. So I guess about 3 years for like serious gigging with just me and her. As the band, I think it's a year now. Actually, I think we just hit a year.
Yeah.
For the band, it's been a year, and so those are all people that we met at Loyola.
And
And
we decided we wanted a bigger sound, and we started meeting all these amazing people who are now like some of our best friends. So we were like, we want to start a band and get this rolling.
so I'm curious for you both. So I mean, I don't want to say recruited, because to me, I don't think you guys were searching per se to, find something that fit. I think it just probably just came together after talking to certain people, and like you said, like some of your best friends now. So what was the interactions like when you were talking about forming this band, and what made you or you all decide, you know what, this is meant to be?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I'm trying to think. Some of the interactions, well,
if they're like just cool people to be around, like if they could be the best musician in the world, but if they're like, if I can't talk to them like a human, like it takes away drastically. It's really just people that we like to hang out with. And it's like, so instead of just hanging, it's like, all right, now we're playing music. And so it kind of just blossomed like that. It was more of it wasn't like a conscious decision to switch. It was more of it just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of when we play, like a lot of our performances are just kind of like us talking to each other.
But you do it in such a way where you have to be in sync. You have to have a certain level of communication that has nothing to do with verbal, in a sense, right? Like, I mean, I feel like everybody who's part of a band, you kind of have to move that way, because if you don't, you're going to be in trouble. And I think that's totally important. So the band forms, right? And you guys are doing shows and things like that. What has been the biggest revelation from when you started in having this concept to now? Like, oh my God, we're actually going out doing gigs now. Like, what was that feeling for you both when you experienced it for not just the first time, but a consistent journey and a transition that you're in now?
I feel like for me, our most recent gig we played at Chelsea's Live in Baton Rouge. That was like the moment where I was like, okay, we have like not only the music, but a performance where we are talking to the crowd, talking to each other. We recently had a new member to our band, Pablo, shout out. He has started musical directing a lot of our performances. And instead of like saying, oh, we played this song, now we're going to the next one, it's more of like a transitional
weaving the songs together,
weaving them together, making a sort of show. But yeah, that was a big aha moment for me, at least.
One for me was whenever we got to the end of the year, and I was looking at all of our gigs and stuff, and it's like, man, we played like 60 plus gigs this year.
Wow.
was like, "Oh, that's pretty good."
Very good.
You don't realize in the moment, and then you look back at your calendar and you're like, "Oh, I didn't know that."
So has it just even the shows that you mentioned is just a lot of it in, it's a blur. Like, the more gigs and opportunities you get, the more you're just gonna just do it because it's like part of it's like waking up, right? Hopefully, but it's just like, just doing random things throughout the course of the day where you have to do. Um let me ask you both about your visuals because I find that you both put a lot of care into presentation. I see it through videos, and I want to shout out you both and your band for something to say. That Tiny Desk Technician that's on YouTube right now. That's super hot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time and effort to be able to put that together. But if you haven't, look, I'm gonna tell the people out there right now, if you haven't checked it out, you need to check out Something to Say by Dizzy for real. Like it is amazing. I just love the set pieces and I love the little things that you guys have done to be able to get that visual out. But the sound sounds amazing. So NPR, if you're listening, because they're one of my sister stations and things like that, get these people some love and get them active right now on this thing because they are embodying everything that is energetic with that. So let me ask you both, visuals. You take a lot of care into it. I can tell. You guys do that, right? It's not just something that you just kind of like, okay, rush to do. You guys are actually doing it, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We
explain it a little bit in detail because I feel like a lot of people out there need to really understand how important it is to visually create something and then put it out there to the best of your ability.
For Something to Say, well, first it was, where are we going to shoot this thing? Like, where are we going to, like we know some people at Loyola, like some people did different like shops and stuff, or like they know the owners and stuff. And we were just like, well, let's do our garage. And we go into our garage and it's just the most barren wasteland of a setting. And and so I was like, okay, so let's number one, it's like we want color. We need things to pop. We need so it's just kind of, I don't know. You wanna...
Yeah, for that one, we wanted to create sort of like a story. Well, it was a story where David ended up, we wanted it to be like David was going to somebody's house or like a random ex's house.
Yeah, I heard the intro. It was super cool though. I loved it though. I loved it.
There was so many cuts of that where we were cringing. It was like, oh, maybe we should just cut this part.
But yeah, we wanted it to be like you were going up to somebody's like Ring camera or something and like asking them to like say your piece. And like
that is what we filmed that on. We filmed that on a Ring camera.
We did. We filmed it on a Ring camera and we had a bit of there was like a time where I was like, oh, I don't know if we'll be able to download this. I don't know if the footage got lost, but we ended up getting it. But yeah, it was all one shot. And we use like we orchestrated the whole thing and tried to make all the pops of color match and like our outfits, things like that. Trying to coordinate everything. Yeah,
we wanted to fill up the walls, make sure they're not all barren. All right, so we put some rugs down. I mean, really, it was just kind of like, what can we do to make this cozy? But then also, like, the coziness was like everything that we put in there, but the lighting was where we kind of told more of a story.
Yeah, and we had our friend Tristan do the lighting for us, which we had never done lighting in a garage. It was hot as hell.
That was very hot. It's like one of the coldest days on record. And it's like you go in from like, it's like 85 degrees in the garage and you're stepping into 20-degree weather outside.
Oh my God. Oh.
We felt so bad. We were like, okay, if we need to take breaks, guys, we can go outside. But yeah, that was an experience, and Trista did amazing on matching all the cues and everything, making sure that the colors were the right ones that we wanted. And yeah, it was just a lot of trial and error, figuring out what we wanted the picture to, like, how we wanted to represent ourselves. And I feel like that goes a lot into, like, we didn't really used to think about that type of stuff whenever we posted on our socials, until one of our friends at Loyola was like, who works in like marketing, she was like, you guys need to make your Instagram more cohesive, because it was kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
And like create more of a brand for yourself and like visuals. So when somebody sees a video of you, they're like, oh, that's Dizzy. And I know this video because of the colors, because of the fonts, different things that you choose. So we try now to be a lot more intentional with the graphics and
more consistent.
Like more consistent, yeah.
I can tell just going through your social media, your YouTube as well. Like, I feel like you guys have achieved or unlocked a few levels as you continue to keep pushing out music and doing what you're doing. And I think everything that sounds good also feels good, but also it's a testament to personality, right? Because even though you guys are one, right, one band, one unit, do whatever you do, there's a lot of different personality to you all, correct?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Who discussed that when it's time? Because to me, I think it's important because you're a part of a band, so your ego aside, right? Like all of it is ego aside. You have to, because it's not just what's best for me, but what's best for us. So when you guys are having these discussions about this, it's just kind of like you were taking advice from a marketing expert about visuals, or you're doing something where you can be able to include your group. What are these steps that you all take to make it cohesive? Because you know how it is nowadays. You see so many people who split off because ego says so.
Yeah.
So how do you guys keep it together?
Let's see. Well, for me, it is. I mean, we used to fight a lot when we were younger.
When we were younger, who's that?
Like, man, that was yesterday. That was yesterday.
Right before
this interview. No, I'm joking.
But at the end of the day, it's like, what would we enjoy more as as a watcher or like as a listener? That's kind of how we base the decisions on a lot of that. It's like, of course we have the parts where it's like we find it fun, and so like we're gonna play that, like whenever we're playing, like it's not like a ticketed show. If we play like a 3-hour set at like a bar or something, like we're gonna play songs that we want to play. Like, we're gonna play songs that are fun, but like some songs, but a lot of it's kind of based off of what do we think the audience would enjoy, what do we think. And you were right, you got to take ego out of it. I can love a song to death, but if it's kind of mopey, it's not going to do so well, unless we change it, or unless we replace it or put it with something else. You just gotta be more, I don't know, I guess logical about it, or like more kind of but that's the thing with music, it's like it's filled with emotions. And us artists are very emotional creatures.
Creatures.
But you just gotta, I don't know, you just gotta check yourself
and be open to other people's opinions, because oftentimes we like live in this little bubble and we're like, yes, I want to put this out on our social media. But if someone else is like, hey, what about this approach? I don't think this one will work as well. Let's try something different. being able to adapt to that, and we're still working on that as well. But yeah, it's just we love having that amount of like collaboration and being able to take in different perspectives to make like the best product that we can.
Yep.
Oh my God. So you have to not only listen, you have to comprehend too. What a
Oh,
concept. Oh my
Wow.
God. Oh my
You gotta do all that.
God. Oh, that's beautiful. So you have some songs out, which I feel like, you have projects out and you have different things going on, and all of it should be celebrated. So can you talk about just some of the things that you have going, that you have out right now? Because like I said, you have a few songs on rotation on Nexxlegacy Radio. You have Would You Like To, which is one of my favorites. You have Crybaby and Too Late. Those are the ones that's on rotation right now. But talk about just some of your accomplishments that you currently have out and how proud of it that you are with it. So talk to me a little bit about that.
So
Would
Which
you like
one?
to?
okay, yeah. That our newest single, Would You Like To? That one, well, a lot of our music that we've created, like it first starts in our like at home and above our garage. But this one was actually started in one of my classes at Loyola, our like recording techniques class. And I had the whole song basically written as far as lyrics goes and basic melody. And then I took it to a class, and one of my friends who was in my group, Mike, he helped with all of the chords and things like that. And then after recording that for a small project, I was like, I kind of want to develop this a little more and release it as like for the band. So I took it back to David, and he had like a bunch of different ideas for it as far as like the backing vocals go. And we just filled it out a little more, and we added some different instruments with the help of our friends. And it was just a big collaboration, is what I would call it, from all like the talent at Loyola mixed with like the dizziness of it. Yeah, but I'm super proud of it. I don't really know what else to say about it.
It was a lot of fun working on that one, and
Yeah.
especially working with so many different people.
Mhm.
We had the idea for a horn part that you can kind of hear that comes in on like the second verse
Mhm.
or after the first chorus.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of there was a lot of back and forth with Pablo trying to, it's like, we want the horn to sound like it's that one kid who's practicing at the front of campus, like in like a big stairwell and stuff. And so we wanted to kind of sound like a far away but like really confident like horn.
You know when the artist has a vision and then the producer's like, girl, I don't know how to
Yeah.
convey
I don't
emotions.
know how to say it.
Like, what are we doing right now? What are we doing right
You're like, I want this to be the color green. Like, can you evoke that? That's what I gave.
So you both gave props to a project, and to me it's wonderful. I think you should celebrate yourself. I think it's totally fine to do that. And as much as you both and your band runs around doing a lot of gigs and different things, do you both step back, or do you all step back and just be like, you know what, you did great, or I did great? Because to me, the only reason why I asked that question, because I feel like I need to make sure that people remind themselves that, one, you are totally awesome in what you're doing, and two, you need to give yourself flowers in a world where people need to acknowledge it in itself. So do you step back sometimes and be like, you know what, I did a damn good job today?
I'm trying to get better at doing that.
We collectively need to get better at doing that.
We need to do that more.
It's hard when you're like go all the time.
Yeah.
Working from one project to the next to the next. sometimes you just gotta stop. I agree with you. And look back at like what you created and be like, that was awesome.
After the Chelsea's gig, that was we took that one in.
Yeah.
that was a venue that we grew up like, and our parents would talk about, and we they had closed down for a little while, but they reopened like 5 years ago, and tons of bands that like we really like had been going in and out of there, and it was like, man, we would love to play there someday, and then boom.
We had to reach out through Instagram, and I was like kicking my feet. I'm like, this isn't real. Yeah.
See, that touches my heart, because to me, I know you all put a lot of work, time, effort, sacrifice in a lot of ways in order for you to achieve these things. And to me, I'm glad that you're recognizing like, okay, I do gotta give myself some flowers and stuff like that too. I think it's vital to say. But also, let me say this, going back to something to say, it was well put together. Like, it was really, really, really good. Sound, visual, effort, done. Like, I'm telling you, that should go viral in itself. And I'm telling you all now, if you don't check it out, you're missing out. And that's important. Like, the new stuff. And I just, being a new fan of your music now, I could tell there's some growth with songs. There's some that just sound so more polished than some of the previous ones as well. Again, it's going back to you both just recognizing, like, you know what, that song was good, but this one's way better now. Like, but then you still have a fondness to the ones that started off with things that you've done too. And I just feel like from a band, perspective, like sometimes you got to step back and be like, you know what, not just that crowd we turned out there, but that song that we did versus the other song we did a year ago. Yeah, we did pretty damn good.
Yeah,
That's important.
100%.
That's important. So, projects that you guys have currently out and about now, are you working on something brand new, or what's on the horizon for Dizzy?
So let's see. The official release of Something to Say. We still need to officially release it, but we have it on YouTube with for the Tiny Desk submission. We have another song called Face for Radio that will be coming out soon. We just don't have a release date on it, but we are in the final stages of mixing. What else?
I think as far as music goes, like coming out for that, those are the two that are the most like almost polished, almost ready to get out there. But we've been working on a bunch of different originals that are in like the beginning stages. And hopefully in the future, maybe an album, but we're not exactly sure yet.
I don't know if I have the patience for an album.
No.
Wait. So is it because all the songs are so good while you're making it, you just want to release it right away, huh?
Yeah, man. Like,
I knew it. I knew it.
Like something that's so good, it's like, all right, now sit on it. Like, I don't
exactly.
Oh, that's cool. That's what's up. How do you both feel about the industry?
That's a loaded question.
What the heck? Let's see. The more we are learning about it, we are realizing how much of the industry is strictly just knowing someone. Is a lot of it is like, you could be the best musician in the world, but if nobody knows who you are, then you're just gonna have concerts in your living room. But it's you got to talk to people. You got to be social. You got to, like, if you go to a gig and somebody, like you just talk to people,
Mhm.
because you never know who's going to be in the crowd. And another thing is like, if you're making music, put it out. Don't just sit on it.
Well,
to an extent, but like, it's yeah, you gotta let yourself be seen. You gotta you know you're good, so show people what you know already.
I agree with everything that he just said, besides the sitting on the.
But
And you know what? You both are spot on though. Like it's I come from this situation where I used to talk about how bad it is and how terrible it's going. Um, I am changing that narrative for this sense, not just because of you both and your band, but because of others that I have interacted with um, this year. That's making me a believer that everything that's dark and all that weird energy of how people are monetizing music, taking music for granted, from streams and everything. I'm changing that narrative because of people like you. Like people like you gives me hope that more energy is going to be transferred to it's like an investment in a sense. Like if we invest in you, not just support wise, but monetize as well, you're going to be able to have the ability to start doing this stuff every day to grow your brand every day. And I think that's important to be able to get out there and articulate. And there's enough good people out there in this crazy ass world to just be like, you know what? These people are going to win. We're going to win. We're going to shine a brighter light in music and branding our music than ever before, because I don't want to talk about that bad crap anymore. I'm done with it. It's over. We already know streaming sucks. We already know, you're that 1% that can go viral or whatever. But I feel like if we have a community of people who is dedicated to this, to us, to growth and helping other people grow, we won.
Yes, sir.
Agree.
Very important. Very important. To me, I just think that you guys are on top of your game when it comes to that. So I'm going to ask you a couple random questions, and they're like three really, and you three, you both can just kind of like point to each other. I'm gonna just like that. So who's the first one to come up with a song concept?
Probably you.
Me?
Yeah, probably you. Well, we're too late.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
This goes buffering. You see
Stop. The loading sign.
Get the dial up now.
I would say, well, with our first EP, there was like it just goes back and forth for the song concepts.
Okay.
Like for some of them, David will have an idea and then we'll both run with it. Or sometimes I'll ask David for a prompt.
Oh yeah.
And he'll go to work and then he'll come back and the whole song's written.
Wow.
I'll just be on a roll and things are like flowing, and then he'll come back and like tweak a bunch of it. But yeah, like for that happened for Crybaby. I was that
so that literally led into my next question. And again, you can point, who will finish writing first when it comes to music? Yeah.
Explain
that, sir. Explain that.
She I don't know, man. She's built different. Like she'll just the creative part of her brain is just it works differently than what mine. Like I have a more like analytical, I have a more like I gotta look through all the details. I gotta look, and not that she doesn't do that, but and then I don't know how you do it. She also is really good at like picking harmonies out of thin air. Like whenever we're working on background vocals and stuff, yeah, she'll just pick it out. She's like, "Hey, I found this."
I think that comes a lot from I don't know how, but I believe it's called like relative. I don't know, relative pitch, one of the terms. But me and my mom both have that. We can both just like harmonize on the spot. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either, man.
But he's hyping me up.
So out of one of who's the early riser? Who's the first one to call who?
The early
Who's the first one to call who?
To call who? Wait, sorry.
Just random conversation to call or whatever. Who's first person to call each other? So you're the first one to call him.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I'm also the first one to wake up in this household.
All right, come on.
So,
yeah, but
David, you're not an early riser. Then I'll take it.
No. I'm most productive. Like my songwriting is like at like it's always like between midnight and like 3 a.m. Isabel is like between 9 a.m. and like and noon. So it's just kind of we got opposite.
Clock keeps ticking with you, huh? Just yeah.
We had to come up with a bit of a compromise to figure out when we can songwrite together. Sometimes it's better though to like you write whenever it comes out the most, or you block out a point in your day where you're like, okay, I'm gonna be creative right now. Mm-hmm. But if it's later for him, then and it's earlier for me, then we'll have like a specific time where we'll come together on a different day and like show each other what we made in our separate times and then work on that together.
Yeah. Who's the first one to come up with a visual concept for a video?
Visual concept.
I think it depends on the video.
It definitely depends on the video.
Like if we're going for like for all the weekly Wednesday stuff, that was a lot of. So we shoot that in her room.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we just we prop up her phone that she needs to get a new one.
Oh yeah.
And that one is just kind of like, you know, we've grown up in the like kind of like quick cuts, like kind of more short form content and stuff. And it's like, okay, what would we like to watch? What do we think would be like a funny gag, or what do we think would be? And so it's just kind of a lot of it. I think it's just like new like Looney Tune. But it's a lot of fun. It's really kind of what just happens in the moment, because like we'll know it's like, hey, we should put out a video. We're like, yeah.
Or really? for one of our releases.
For the releases, everything is planned.
Most of the things are planned. I feel like for Too Late, the video where we were in an elevator. I had an idea. I was like, I want to film in an elevator, but I don't know how chaotic that's going to be. Also, we got to press the buttons at the right time. So we just walked our campus and I was like,
a parking garage elevator too. That's the perfect one.
We ended up finding a parking garage and I was like, okay. We were about to give up for the day, but some of it's just spontaneous. We have like a baby idea that's growing, but we don't really know what it's going to look like. And then until we just start filming. And then the editing is kind of what helps like the process the most, I feel, because we can have more creative control through that. But yeah.
So who's the most spontaneous then?
Spontaneous.
Probably me.
Yeah. Yes.
I got one.
That guy right there.
Yeah. I have my like to-do list. We now have a whiteboard in our living room because I was like, oh, this is too spontaneous.
Wow.
It's no shit. No. It was more like, sometimes
No,
I'd have
we need it.
Yeah, we just needed a little more like organization together instead of no. Not saying that.
I love you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. That's totally cool. But that's also fair to say. Like, I feel like, there's a lot of things that I've just, out of the blue. Let me, spontaneous, yes. And then, like, you know what? I gotta reel it back. I gotta be organized a little bit,
Yeah.
just cause. Just because David, if you do too much of that, people are gonna start looking at you a little different. Like,
Yeah.
No.
So this guy doesn't have anything together.
What you do?
He has his stuff together. Sometimes I would.
That's it. How do you guys navigate and feel about social media itself? Like, what do you guys think about it?
I enjoy it. I have a lot of fun having a presence on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, I don't know. When I think of social media, I also think of Spotify, and that is like streaming or like as a social media now.
Yeah.
But strictly just like Instagram, I think the community we've been able to create on there is a lot of fun.
Yeah. I feel like I love having that opportunity to connect more with the people that are listening to our music as well. I need to get back into it, but we used to do a thing where we would send out a personalized message to each of our followers, like newly followers. I'm a little backed up right now, but we're working on it. And just having that opportunity to thank somebody who is spending their time to look at your content and interact with you. I feel like it makes it a more like personal level than just seeing the numbers on Spotify.
Yeah.
Which I've thoroughly enjoyed. But yeah.
We definitely enjoy Instagram the most.
Yeah.
Instagram's kind of like that's our go-to. We post to Facebook and TikTok.
Yeah.
As well.
We need to get better at TikTok.
We need to figure it out, man.
We don't know how to figure it out.
So try to figure out when it's time to post
I always look at it as it's a tool clearly to use to get your brand out, because I think brand availability is super important. So it's a tool. But I know a lot of people get caught into it to the point where they just live on it and breathe on it. It's just their whole day to day. They wake up, they turn around, they go see what's going on, whatever. But you kind of gotta detox your days where it's just kind of like, okay, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna take a break for a minute. And then days where you're kind of like, okay, well, I need to be on there because I got something coming, right? So getting it out there to people all across the world is like vital to what you're trying to do for yourself. And it kind of goes back to what we were saying about just the industry in itself. Like what you're doing is wonderful because you're still enthusiastic about what you're doing, and you're creative on your own, and you're not having a bunch of people telling you what to do. It's kind of like collectively you're doing what's necessary, and I think it's wonderful. So using social media is important. Where can they find you on social media? With that being said,
at Dizzy the Band on Instagram, and I believe it's the same for Facebook as well.
Yeah, same on Facebook.
But for YouTube, wait, it was different. Do you remember? Oh my god.
I'm trying to find it.
Hold,
Oh my
please.
god.
Hold, please.
Dizzy underscore the band.
Dizzy
There you
underscore.
go. There you go.
One
There
was
you
Oh my god.
go. Oh, that is cool. That is cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you both a chance to be able to shout out your people because this is airing everywhere: radio station, YouTube, LinkedIn, Discord, Facebook,
Mhm.
and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of people that is listening. So give your chance to shout out your people, whoever you could think of.
All right, sweet. All right, shout out Pablo Amat, Flora Miroslav. Oh wait, Pablo. He's our MD, and he also plays keys in Oregon. We got Flora Miroslav.
And she's our bassist, and I love her.
Yes. Jacob Dietrich. He's our drummer. He is amazing. He's from Germany.
He's from Germany. Yeah.
Sam Houston.
Yes.
He is our electric guitar player. Lex Alexander Dowseth. He's our manager. Tristan Rush. He's been doing all the lights for us. And Doug Gay. He's been drumming for us on all of our EPs. All of our songs, all of our singles. He's the owner of the studio that we grew up at, and he has been a massive inspiration, and for us, and he deserves everything good in the world.
Everything. Yeah. I have no words for like he's like one of the main reasons that like
why we're
doing all of this. Like he's been the one who's been also like rooting for us, pushing us to go like to the next and the next. Yeah, our biggest cheerleader.
Yeah.
And friend.
And our parents.
Yeah, they're kind of important too.
Mom and dad.
They're kind of
kind of important.
They are our biggest.
They are. Yeah. Without them, none of this is possible.
No. Yeah.
I think through your social media hit, we also want to direct traffic to your YouTube page, which is kind of important also, right? And also, I believe if people go on your Instagram, they can be able to get all of your links to all of your outlets in terms of like where you're at as well. Also, your music, which is available for streaming too. So people can go check that out. So I wanted to throw that out. And finally, I'm gonna give you both a chance to be able to think about this in regards to just, we talked about your music, your band, how amazing you are, the journey. Think about for a minute just the one thing outside of music that you would like to tell your new fans and your established fans that you like to do, like a hobby that people may or may not know about you.
Well, I'm staring at the massive amounts of muffins that I baked yesterday, so I would say that that's kind of like a therapeutic thing that I like to do outside of music.
So you bake.
Yes.
Baking's your thing.
I do. Yes. I also love to draw and create things, like tangible things.
Okay. So what kind of muffins is over to the side right now?
Banana nut muffins.
Okay.
They're so good. They're so good.
And when was the last time you drew? You said art, right? So what was your last thing that you drew?
The last thing that I drew was okay, my parents don't know about this, but I was drawing something for it's gonna be a really late anniversary gift. It has been passed, but I was drawing a picture of them. Yeah, I like looking at a reference picture and then drawing something out of that, but that's still in the works. It's not finished. But yeah.
They won't have to know.
They don't know. But yeah.
What about you, sir?
What are my hobbies? I don't know. I just kind of
football. No, I'm
I
joking.
love football. That's my that's it.
Who's your team?
The Saints, unfortunately.
They'll figure it out eventually.
I
Eventually.
hope so. I hope Kellen Moore, I hope Tyler Shuck, I hope they figure it out. But NFL and college football is kind of like my soap operas. It's my soaps, and I follow that pretty heavily. And fantasy football, I love all the numbers. So I'm a big numbers guy.
Okay. So your recent fantasy football team, how did you do?
We lost in the Super Bowl, so that was fun.
That
And guess
hurts,
what?
doesn't
We
it?
lost in the Super Bowl last year too. So I'm trying to become the Buffalo Bills. I lost in a row. So, yeah.
Because it's so random that you would even get to that part. So you always feel like when you make it, like, oh, I'm gonna win. I just feel like it's destiny, right? So the fact that you don't, and what's worse too is like you make it and you lose by a point, and you didn't start the right starter, and they got like way more points or whatever. Like that's the worst too, bro. Like I'm telling you, it sucks. Trust me, I've been there.
Yeah. I had Josh Allen and Jahmyr Gibbs, and they carried me throughout all the regular season. I had Chris Olave, and so he did really well in the fantasy playoffs. And then we get to that final game, and then it's just kind of like, it's the other guy's day.
Yeah. But it gets weird and random because some people might sit out some people, or some people may not start. It's just different. So, my whole thought process as far as playoff time is just like, you know what? I might have to assemble a whole new team because some of these people might be sitting. So it's crazy. But I get you. Yeah. And we have a baker too. So, we have a baker and an artist and a band and everything else in fantasy football. Like you all are like the total package. So, I just want banana nut muffins right now. So that's what I want. Like that's on the brain. That's on the brain. But hey, I appreciate the time and I appreciate everything that you are and becoming as you're growing into what you're doing. And I can't thank you enough for coming on to Nexxlegacy Radio, but also giving us, as I mentioned in the beginning, giving us your music. It's a gift. And the fact that you're sharing it to the world is amazing, And I'm telling you, something to say on YouTube, go blow that thing up, make it viral, tell NPR while you're at it, because I am. So that's just everybody's out there. That's your challenge today. Your homework is music, Dizzy, the band, stream, study, support, and then go do what you do. That's it. Thank you both. I appreciate it. And tell your band I appreciate them as well. So, love every single person that is contributing to this movement. And I'm glad to be a part of it. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Will do. Thank you.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you again. And these are like some of the great people. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notifications button. If you want to be booked for an interview, the email is right there. Like right there. I'm pointing at it right there. Charles Madison at nexxlegacy.com. Thanks again for tuning in. Appreciate it. Much love. Until the next one, I'll see you when I see